My thing is this: how are you a visionary? How are you an entrepreneur carrying a vision for a corporation, an organization, an entire industry, groundbreaking, and you don't have a clear, concise vision and goal for yourself? You're on the internet trying to figure out whether you should have goals or not have goals, whether goals propel you or whether goals set you back and limit you. End of the day, forget the jargon. Forget everybody else's opinion. Do you know where you're going? Have you decided what it is that you do? Do you know why you do it? And have you found a divine approach to peacefully pulling it off? Can you be honest? Do you know what drives you? Is it money? Is it fame? Is it notoriety? Is it the fear of the narrative of you failing? Are you running from outcomes that look like people that you've judged as beneath you? What is it? What is it that wakes you up and drives you to carry out another day doing what you hate or doing what you love? Either way, you got to get up and get going. Either way, there is something that is causing you to push on days that you don't feel like it. And I'm asking you, have you identified what that is? I'm not asking you, do you have an answer when you're asked? I'm asking you, do you know the truth of yourself? Do you know what really drives you? Because a lot of times we'll get up and get in our car and drive away from our kids and say that we're going to make money for them. But ultimately, I think we all can agree, if we go and sit down and ask our children what it is that they would like for us to do, they would like for us to never leave. Right? Could it be that we go out and connect ourselves to systems where we trade our time for money and extend some of that money to the care of our children that other people are judging us as parents of? Understand that the average parent is not concerned daily with what the kid wants. Their concern is what they think the child needs. So who is it that you carry in your mind all day, your child? Or the image of your child that you have projected to yourself, which is just more yourself. You've been dedicated to you so far. If you don't have a clear vision for yourself, if you don't have a clear plan of action for you, if you don't know your identity, if it's not set, etched in stone, solid, unshakable to you, if you have not discovered your purpose and understand that the fulfillment of your purpose is the only fulfillment that you will ever experience, if you don't understand that there is no satisfying your carnal flesh, if you don't understand that your carnal mind is not to be trusted, you're going to have a tough time, and you shouldn't be leading anyone because you have yet to take leadership of yourself. How are you accountable for someone else's development when you daily are escaping or trying to escape accountability for your own development and growth? How is it that you know what somebody else needs? How is it that you are correcting and disciplining and punishing somebody else when they are out of alignment with truth and fact and reality and what is right-mindedness? When you yourself live as an absolute rebel to truth, when you yourself live untrained, unraised, that's not how it's supposed to go. Hey, you never thought about that? We literally have pastors, preachers, teachers, principals, police officers in positions of authority, in position of leadership, and they have yet to take leadership of themselves, still operating from the lowly, vibrating mindset, divided, divisive, deceiving themselves, still living by their own laws that they write and erase at their own convenience and replace with more imaginary, elusive jargon that allows for them to do whatever it is that they want to do while making a ton of rules for everybody else. You were supposed to put your childish toys away before you started taking upon yourself adult responsibility. You were supposed to have raised and trained yourself through obedience before you ever sat on the throne. You were supposed to have destroyed your ego before you ever took reign. You were supposed to actually be a king in mind and thought and action before you started to play the role of king inside of the kingdom. You've just taken the truth of everything and made it a game. Rather than you learn through obedience how to be a good king and go be a king in the kingdom within yourself, you set it all up on the outside and you settled for form and shadows. You rather pretend to dominate over people who listen to you as they want to continue to benefit from the goodness within yourself, your pocket, and your heart that you extend to them. There is just no way that you sit down at the table and pick and choose what you're going to put into your body and intake as what breaks down into the energy for you to carry out your purpose based on familiarity and how it tastes, regardless of the research and information that is accessible in public information. I can sit down and show you how the cow is full of ammonia and that is toxic to the melanin organs within your body and how it is deteriorating your body and causing you to suffer within and without. I can show you how rice and other starches are causing you to have conflicting, evil, vindictive thoughts towards your neighbors that you were called to love because of the chemical breakdown of what you have adopted as food. And people present you information and you say, I know, I hear you, but man, it's good. And you're the same person that turns around and goes and tells somebody what to do and how to do it and dominates over them, micromanages over them to make sure that they're doing it the right way. If you're going to lead anybody, you should first lead yourself. If you're going to be a parent, you should have accepted the parentage of yourself. You got to raise the child in you before you raise the kids on the ground. You have to lead the business of you before you go out and build a business where you're employing other people, cutting checks, and leaving their family units subjectable to your inconsistencies. Understand, the vision for your life should not just be something that you have went inside of your imagination where you have gone to find everything that you thought up to this point was going to be a solution that turned out to be your next issue. The vision board should not be built on your imaginations and your pictures of a future that is nothing but a recreation, redecoration of your past. If you go into your head and get it, it comes from your past. The only thing that you have within your head is the past as a reference point to gauge what it is that's going on in the present that you define, label, and judge, and what it is that you expect in the future to come based upon what you have experienced prior to. The vision board shouldn't come from this place. This place is full of vain, empty imaginations, pictures, pointless pictures that grab your attention based on your familiarity with the ingredients of the picture. You see people in the picture that you recognize and that you have attachments to. You see things in the picture that you have attachments to. You have attachments to all kind of things and all kind of people. You still carry sentiments for your first grade teacher and you're an adult. She was great in the moment. She taught you everything that she should have taught you in the moment. She led you closer to yourself in the moment. But if you don't embrace the moment and don't activate and apply the information that was extended to you in the past because you're caught up on the picture of the past, then you miss the lesson, and that teacher is not served by you being a student on display expressing the truth of what was given to you. You loving your teacher from first grade, and you loving that person who invested good information, time, energy, effort, and truth into you would be to go and apply the wisdom that was extended to you and be a living witness that what was given to you was true, active, and does apply universally, which reinforces the teacher's ability to partner in faith with a work that comes with very little recognition. Understand, you're helping people understand self. The minute that I get you to see self, you go from stuck on the imagination of self to being trained in the art of finding self, seeking the kingdom, seeking self, finding self, knocking and the door being open. And now you end up in a world of discovery of self. You ain't got time to be turning around and acknowledging the teacher too often. And a good teacher doesn't require you to, because a good teacher is doing exactly what you're doing. They're being a student of self, engaged in their world of self reality, learning lessons through the mechanisms of learning that have been extended: time, the body, space, other things of such nature. And they don't feel some type of way because you don't make your life about following them around and talking about how great they are and what great benefit their teachings had on your life. That's an insecure information holder who's passing on intellectual information to you, and they want credit for it. Remember, when you're writing a paper, you got to do the bibliography, or it's plagiarism. But truth is truth regardless of who speaks it. You can take anything I say in this video and go repeat it to somebody else, and you do not have to attach my name to it for me to feel like the truth is being served and you're being a good steward of the information. As you experience the information, you share it with the people around you, because words do not teach, they only stimulate thought. So we come together, we stimulate thought together through words. You go back, have experiences, things become real to you based upon your experiences, and you share it with those around you as your own, as you should. Watch this. If I told you that you could put down all of your efforts of selling your time for money, you could stop going out in the sun doing laborious work under your own name or LLC so that you can sell your time for yourself and absorb more of the responsibility, and therefore minus the expenses, keep all of the money, because that's the only difference. I understand I've had 75 jobs. I've always thought that there was a difference between working for yourself and working for somebody else. And it's really no difference, because whether you're working for somebody else or working for somebody else, truthfully, genuinely, factually, in reality, you're working for money. So therefore, you're doing the same thing in principle on both scenes. You're trading your time, energy, and effort for the hopes that it will generate you the money that you deserve for what you've given. And that's a hit or miss system. And you don't have to live with the hit or miss system, because you have been given everything that you expected. You operate on the realm that you operate on financially because you're getting what you expect. You expect that money is hard to make, or you expect that money is easy. You expect that money flows to you, or you expect that you have to go get money. And regardless of what it is that you expect, you receive what you ask for. You ask to chase money, I sleep with my shoes on. I stay ready to go get it. Well, money flows to you, so therefore you're always moving. You're going to have a hard time. Money is an energy, and you have decided clearly that money is not easy. Money does not flow. Money isn't effortless. Money isn't natural. Money isn't a gift. Money doesn't come. Money must be earned. And if you be real, you get exactly what you earn a lot of times inside of that system. You go to work and you're paid, you're compensated crumbs for your time. And you say you give the effort that you give because of what you're compensated per hour. But I ask you to challenge that within yourself. Do you give even $15, $16, $20, $30 worth of effort for real? Or are you on your job sending text messages, eating snacks, trying to find another job, looking for a new crib, doing research on your house, taking care of your business? I mean, they should understand, like, if your business ain't tended to, then you can't focus on the job, right? You've been getting just what you asked for. You should use that ability that you have to ask and receive to get more. Because there is no ability for you to get more, because all is already yours, but you've only been getting what you've been asking for, and you have not been asking for much. If I could tell you, just like it was told to me by very successful people, that all you got to do is write it down and keep it in front of yourself. But I promise I wrote this down. Let's find the date so I can be completely honest. We wrote this down 7 days ago. And the goal was to read it 4 times in the morning and 4 times at night. And in the 7 days since I created this document, I have not successfully carried that out one day. All it is reading a paragraph. And it's a paragraph that feels good to me. And it's a paragraph that I'm telling myself that I believe, or I know, if I'll just read it and lock it into my mind and believe it and feel it, I'll experience it. And it's everything that I want. But I won't read it 8 times a day. But I get up and go work in the sun. I get up and go chase coins. I get up and make some tea. I go get the money. The paradigm that I hold that you have to go get the money is messing up the flow of the money coming to me through the process of just feeling and knowing that all is mine. I'm going to read the paragraph. I am so glad now that I am financially free to do whatever I desire for myself and those within my kingdom. On the daily, with no fear of returning back to lack. I am mobile and sought after. I am sheltered, not out of the kindness of someone else's heart, but out of my own self-provision and sound investments. I am owner of multiple houses, multiple businesses, multiple luxury cars. I am living the life that was designed for me, teaching truth through creative methods. I am a student of truth and life. I give of the abundance within freely to all I come in contact with. I am whole. And that feel good. And it's true. And I live it in the physical if I can but keep it in front of me and nothing else. And why would I want something else in front of me when I can keep that in front of me? And it's all that I say I want. Can I hear yours? Can you just put a hand up in the comments if you even have a vision card? If you have it in front of you, what it is that you say you want? I know you say you know what you want, but have you ever seen it? Have you ever wrote it down? You ever touched it? You ever felt what it's going to feel like? Because that's what it's going to take for you to get it. You're still waiting on it because you ain't never made it real to yourself. I'm going to read this a couple more times because that was my first time today. And it's 9:18. All day in my head, I've been in pursuit of what I've refused to read 8 times. Understand, this is the divisive mentality that overtakes us and becomes the scales on our eyes that we don't even know is there. You think you can see, and that's why we are not supposed to trust what we think, because we are called to the perfect state, which is above thought, where there is nothing but truth. Lock in.